Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about online course creation coming up. Alright, so in this video, as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be talking about how to create courses online or online course creation. So there are several tools that you need to have in place in order for you to create online courses. So this is what we're going to be covering today. So I'm going to go through what I use, what I'm currently using, and also what I recommend. So let's take a look here at the list of things that we need. So over here, the most important thing is you need a decent computer, because this is going to be pretty much your main tool that you're going to use to record and edit all your courses. So I would get a decent computer. The computer that I use right now is about 5 years old and pretty much it does a very good job. It's an iMac, but it does a very good job. Now on this computer here, the most important thing as well is to make sure you have a system that gives you full control. So I know there's places like Thinkific, there's also Teachable, Udemy, and so on. But what I highly recommend is having your own website running on WordPress. You have your own plugins and pretty much you own your own content. And depending on how much value you bring to the table, you can charge whatever prices that you want. Whereas on platforms like Udemy, you don't really have that power to control how much your courses are. All right. So here we said we use WordPress for our system. And as I mentioned, this computer here is also going to help you edit and publish all your courses. All right. So what happens now is once you set up your WordPress website, you're going to need a few pieces of software, and that is LearnDash. Now, LearnDash pretty much controls the structure and lays out your course in a nice way, which is very easy for all your students to follow through and complete your course. It also has features on ticking for a lesson that is completed and also giving you a summary of what you've done, and also great things like certificates and also progress reports. Now, moving on. Now, my setup here is kind of different because, with LearnDash, it gives you the ability to actually take payments and close your course and make it private and so on. So when it comes to taking payments, I prefer using WooCommerce, because with WooCommerce, I get to have some graphs and I can see how my courses are performing. So that's why I love WooCommerce. And also the other advantage of using WooCommerce is, let's say you want to take your online course website to the next level and introduce funnels, you can then purchase Cartflows, which is a plugin that allows you to have upsells and downsells. And this has proven to really increase your revenue when it comes to selling your online courses, rather than using a separate system like, let's say, ClickFunnels. So this is all on your website and this is where it sits. So this is why I would go with this combination right here. But it doesn't mean that if you set up LearnDash, you cannot sell your courses without these two. I mean, this is just my preferred way of doing it. It's a bit more advanced, but that's what I prefer doing. And by the way, I also have courses that help you set this system up anyway. So if you buy LearnDash using my affiliate link, you will get access to the course that teaches you how to put everything together. And over here on Cartflows as well, I have a course that teaches you how to use Cartflows itself. All right, so you may want to go a step further here and also add another plugin, like a membership plugin. Now, a membership plugin will do a fantastic job of closing off any other content that you may need to be separate on your system that you don't want your users to have access to. For example, let's say your course comes with, let's say, some course material. So you can have a resources page, which is only accessible to all your students. So therefore, that page can be protected to those particular, students. And with a membership plugin like, let's say, Wishlist Member or MemberPress, you can actually define whatever page you want for your students to have access to. So this is the powerful use of membership plugin. So I actually use a membership plugin because my courses, some of them come with templates. So those templates are on specific pages which have restrictions to those pages. So only customers will have access to those pages. So that's something that you may want to consider here. Now, over here, when it comes to the tools that you need, these are pretty much the hardware. It is very, very important that your course is set up in such a way that is the microphone that you use is great sound. And the microphone I use at the moment, I know it's overkill. It's an Shure SM7B, but you can use USB microphones, and this is what I highly recommend. I mean, all my courses pretty much until last year were using a basic microphone, which cost about $97, and this is a Blue Yeti. It's a very, very good microphone, and it does a fantastic job. And to be honest, if I were to test this too and ask you to listen to which microphone sounds better after all the compression, after you've saved the videos and all of that, you know, the difference will be very, very minimal. So if you're starting off, I would highly recommend that you go with a microphone that is good quality and cheap, like a Blue Yeti. And by the way, I'm going to leave all the links to those gear stuff that I'm talking about. All right, so the next step is the webcam. So when it comes to the webcam, you have to use something that is decent, because you don't want your videos to look very, very grainy. And I mean, it's all about packaging your course in a nice aesthetic way. So this is why you need a good webcam, and I highly recommend the Logitech. I think it's C920. It's fairly cheap as well, and that's a good way of getting up and running. But if your audio is really good, then that's the most important thing, because while you're doing all your demonstrations, the webcam is only just to show your face while you present, but you don't actually need to show your face anyways, which brings me now to the next point, which is the screen recording. So when it comes to screen recording, you want to make sure that you record your screen here using some decent software, which is very easy to edit after you've recorded your screen. The ones I recommend are Camtasia Studio, and this is for, it also works for PC and Mac, but mainly for PC users. And then if you're on a Mac, you can either use Camtasia Studio, because it works for both PC and Mac, or you can use ScreenFlow, and ScreenFlow is really, really good. I use it all the time, and that's what I use for all my videos. Okay, so once all this is done, the next question now is, where do we host all our courses? And this is where now there's several options out there that you can use. Wistia is one of them, but it's quite expensive. But I use Vimeo myself because I can upload, you know, I think it's 5 gig a week, which is a lot of space that I can add onto my account. So it's a paid option that is very, very good. Vimeo has high quality video. So once I've recorded all my videos, I upload everything onto Vimeo, and then once everything is there, I just get all the embed codes, and then this is what I add onto LearnDash. And as I mentioned earlier on, LearnDash gives me the structure of my courses, and it makes it very, very easy for the students to follow all this step by step. So yes, so as you can see, this setup is, it looks quite minimal, but this is what you need just to get up and running really fast and create your online courses. And in my opinion, this is the best time to create your online courses, because if you have any skills or expertise, with the time that we're living in right now, a lot of people are going towards online learning. So if you have anything to teach or you have anything to say, this is the right opportunity to do this. All right, so I thought I'll just go through how I set up my system and what you need to get started with. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any other requests, please let me know in the comments box below. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.